Let us have rights to our own goddamn bodies.
He's a well-intentioned racist, is your take.
Exactly. Sometimes, like when he pardoned Kodak Black.
I'm not really into politics, even though it is going to shape my future, so I probably should get into politics.
Sure.
They don't want a woman in power.
Don't want a woman in the office because they don't want to bow down.
Because let's just call a spade a spade. Without us women, you wouldn't know what to do.
If I was white, I'd be like, what benefit do I have from letting black people win?
Right, yeah, even though you're right,
Hello, strangers. We are here in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. We're going to go around and ask the locals how they're feeling a week after the election. This is an overly Democratic state, so we're going to see how people feel that Trump is the new president or going to be, if it has the same culture as we're led to believe online, if people are very upset about it or people are very excited about it. And, you know, I'm excited to get down and talk to some people. Until then, we'll see you guys soon. All right, so we're out here just asking people how they feel. It's been a week since the election has happened. What's your general feelings now that a week has gone by and everything has kind of settled down?
Surprise.
What makes you feel surprised? Is that he won that Trump won, or what was it?
It was more of, I didn't realize how many people were in support of each group and how little was support of each group.
Right. Okay, fair enough. It's been a week since the election has happened. We're just going around asking people how they feel now that everything has like kind of died down, the instant reactions have happened. How do you guys feel now that the election has been about a week?
We are fucking doomed.
We are doomed?
What's ever gonna happen?
What makes you guys, I see there are two different stances here. What gives you your belief and why do you feel what you believe?
Just because for what he stands for, the things he says.
When you're saying him, you mean Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's arrogant. He's racist. He's all for self. All he cares is for the rich people. He doesn't care about us little people who work day in, day out to pay rent, can barely pay rent, can barely afford food. He doesn't care about that. He's living in a penthouse. He could care less.
Fair. What about you, sir?
Same thing.
Same thing?
My dad's disabled, and he's threatening to take away Social Security, food stamps. Like, that's what he wants.
Gotcha. Were you guys awake? Did you guys stay up to see their election results, or did you wait till the next day?
I was aggravated. I went to sleep.
What about you?
I stayed up for a while, and then I turned it off.
Fair enough. When you guys saw that he was the president, what was like your reaction at the time, or going to be the president? What was your reaction at the time?
Annoyed.
Annoyed?
Yeah.
Did you have like any strong feelings, or because we saw a lot of people online, they would say things like they're either going to leave the country or they're going through like a 4B movement where like certain women won't have like relations with men anymore. Like there's a lot of people.
Well, because now they have control over our bodies. They have the right to tell us what we can and cannot do with our bodies.
When you say they, who do you mean by they?
Like the Republican, the Senate. Isn't it all Republicans now?
Yes, both the Congress, the Senate, and the president.
God forbid I'm raped and I get pregnant. I can't get an abortion because it's against the law now. Like, that's absurd.
What about you?
Just starstruck. Because, like, on TikTok where if you're on a certain side of TikTok, whether it's Kamala Harris or Trump, there's always major support. So you expect each side to, pull well and do good.
Sure.
So it's just a little shocking to see how it turned out.
Right. So I guess when did you stay up to see the election results or no?
I saw it the next day.
Gotcha. And your instant reaction, and it was just a surprising feeling for you. Because talking about people online, there's a lot of people who are either online that are celebrating that it happened, or they're saying that they want to leave the country, or like some women, for example, have this idea of they want to stop having relations with men. It's to for a movement, from what I understand, to get back at the people who voted for Trump. What are your feelings on that?
I mean, I definitely see the reason behind it, so I understand it a little bit.
Can you explain to me what the reason would be?
From what I understand,
just for the audience.
Oh, from what I understand, it was, what is it, the 4B movement? Is
that whatever you want to talk about, whatever we touched on.
Oh, it's the 4B, 4B movement, and from what I understand, since I'm not, educated on it, I just only hear what people say. It's basically like swearing off men, swearing off children, and like the four something. I'm so sorry.
Sure. Do you think that's a good idea? A middle light? Like, are you neutral on it? Do you think it's a bad idea?
I'm pretty neutral on it. I understand like it's a very big idea, and I also understand that it's a reasonable idea from the people who feel hurt, mostly women.
Sure. So speaking of such, you touched on it earlier. It turned out that this year he ended up winning the popular vote. Does that how do you feel about that? Is that normal to you? Is that strange to you? What do you think?
I wouldn't say it's normal to me, but it's like a part of me knew, since there's a big majority in his favor, that he would pull through a little bit. I'm not happy about it, and I'm definitely not sad. I would be a little upset, but I'm not definitely happy about it. So,
Do you know what the numbers were?
not exactly.
It's about like 74 million to 71 million for Kamala. Does that seem normal, or does that shock you guys? How do you guys feel?
It doesn't shock me because that's what happened in 2020.
What do you mean what happened?
He had the popular vote in 2020 when he ran.
Are you referring to Trump or Biden?
Trump. Wait, no.
I don't think that's the case.
I mean, it's like a 4 million difference, but at the end of the day, instead of it being a 4 difference, it's a 4 million difference.
Right. I get what you mean.
When he went against...
He went against Clinton.
he had the popular vote then.
I don't think that's true either.
He beat her by a landslide. Hillary wasn't even close. Hillary was not close. He had the popular vote.
I might have to double check on that. It's been about a week since the election has happened.
they're giving me an interview, baby.
Hey. So it's been about a week since the election has happened. We're just going around asking people, how do you feel? Like, have the emotions died down? Does it still feel real to you, raw to you? How do you feel?
It's been the same always. To be all those presidents are puppets in a string.
Fair enough.
To be Kamala or Trump would have been the same thing.
Well, what makes you think they'd be the same thing?
Because it's been like that forever. It's white supremacy.
Okay.
You know, when Trump was there, what Trump did for us?
Well,
for the black people and Hispanic, what he did?
Oh, I could. Would you like me to type?
Tell me something good that he did for the black community.
Yeah, the black community.
Now,
all right,
not one of those laws.
Right. Are you familiar with what HBCUs are?
Yes.
Historically Black colleges? Yeah. He secured the most funding in the past 100
He
years.
did.
Yes, that's one thing.
Well, that's good. That's a good one.
And you know how certain presidents have the power to pardon and give clemency to certain individuals? He's used that power more than any other president in the past 100 years. And a lot of the people that he let go were black.
That was the only little thing that they let that man do.
Hey man, you said you asked for one and I gave you 2.
Think about it. It's like they take 100 things from you and they give you 2 with sweetening and sugar to make you feel comfortable.
I can understand the frustration.
Like that power from that white power thing, bro, is so hard that people not gonna let that power go so easy like that.
Right.
Like it's not. I don't see the benefit in white people letting black people have anything. If you put yourself in their shoes, I don't see the benefit. If I was white, I'd be like, what benefit do I have from letting black people win? With my supremacy power, and that's what I'm thinking of. Until it matches for them to have some benefit from us, even way more than they've had always, then probably they'll let us do certain stuff. But
if I may, when people tend to do stuff without direct benefit for them, that's something we call charity. Isn't that good for people to do?
It is. It's good. At the end of the day, all we have to do is. I'm Hispanic. I'm Dominican. So when I think about something that's beneficial for us, I think about like the levels of economy for people, like poor people. It don't matter what race you are. There's a bunch of poor people that's every race, every color, every ethnicity from all types of places in the world. So when I think about government, I think about like let's help those people, the people that don't have nothing, the people that came in legally and want to work.
Yeah.
People that live in the streets and want to do something to get out of that. That's the people that I'm saying that we should be working.
I didn't know. I can agree with you.
The government they always mess it up, and they always worry about the 2% of the rich people, white power and stuff like that. So that's why I don't even like the vote. I don't like the vote.
Fair enough.
It feels like you're not doing anything because they put these people in power, and then when you see the laws that they pass and the stuff, it's never beneficial for us. That's the problem. That's the sad part about it.
How did you feel? Were you up during the election night, or did you wait till the next day to get the results?
I was watching it the whole night. I was watching it. It was close. I thought Kamala was going to win. It was super close. But then you see the reality. Like, we at the age that we rather take the racism in our face and let us know what you really feel about us than having somebody hide it and be like, oh no, I'm cool with y'all, but then turn around and be like, fuck them.
Yeah.
That's what it's turning into now. We rather watch Trump tell us in our face what he want to do and watch it happen before somebody come and lie to us and stab us in the back. That's at the level that we are right now.
Do you think the majority of people feel that way? Because the reason I bring that up is he actually got the popular vote this year. It was like 74 million to 71 million for Harris, 74 million for Trump. Yeah. Is that surprising to you? Is that normal to you? How do you feel about that?
I feel like they make that happen to have it to build some emotion behind it like that. Because at the end of the day, the results will always be the same.
It was like some kind of WWE long-term booking.
Yeah. That's what WWE and the government is the same scheme. They have the same scheme.
Trump was in WrestleMania one year.
Exactly. There you go.
We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out.
He's going back to the circles. That nigga went to WWE. He figured out the hype, and he came back and applied it to the government, and that's what we got.
You're great, man.
That's crazy.
You've been great, man. My last question. In 2020, Biden had about 81 million votes. When Obama and Clinton were running, they had about 65 million, and Harris, like I said, only had 71 million. What do you feel about that large discrepancy as votes for Biden as opposed to every other Democratic candidate?
Obama was behind him.
What I'm trying to explain, Obama's behind Biden.
That's why everybody thought that it was going to be just like Obama did. Since he was the vice president for Obama, when he lost, when Obama left, and he was in power, since Obama had his back, we thought that it was going to feel like it was Obama back in power. That's why he won, because this dude has been terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Do you think that to you that explains the like 15 million vote difference? Like it was just like, the reason what I'm trying to get at is if Obama got that many, didn't even get nearly that many votes when he was voting, why, not even his first or second election, why do you think Biden had that strong support?
That's why. The reason why Trump didn't get that much vote, first he already has stuff that he did from the first term. He was already one president. But then Kamala, she was saying good stuff too. She was going around doing the work. You got to give her that. She was going outside knocking on people's doors, and every Hispanic Puerto Rican in the world, after he said that that's just the land floating of trash, she went over there and tried to get all those votes. So she did her job. But again, all that government stuff is like going viral on Instagram.
Okay, then what? I will have one follow-up question for you then. What if I told you that Trump actually got the majority of the Latino vote in this country? Would that surprise you?
No.
So I guess my question is you mentioned stuff about Kamala reaching out. Why do you think that she wasn't able to pull in the Latino vote?
Because of her past.
What do you? I know.
Remember, she used to be bandwagon with that black dude. What it was, the judge?
Oh, Billy. Yeah, Billy.
She used to say she was. She remember back in the day, she was claiming she was from where?
Middle class family. Worked at McDonald's.
She was Indian. She never said she was black.
Yeah.
She came out saying she was black now.
Yeah, she's saying yeah. I think that she never claimed that she was black. I'm not so happy to accept it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see me? I'm not into the government. I'm not government smart, but I just look at the stuff that I see that is like bullshit.
Okay.
You see, I don't even know much, but I just see the bullshit, and this is why we're having this great conversation from bullshit that I see from a normal citizen that is not government smart. The bullshit that y'all show me. And look at the great conversation we have. I'm not even into government. I don't even vote, but I just see the bullshit that they do. That's the little things from Kamala. It's like, yeah, you okay, whatever you saying now sounds good, but what you've been doing shows where your head was at. You was giving me the clue since back in the days to now. And all those videos popped up and just refreshed my memory. I'm like, yo, this bitch is a sellout too.
Okay, fair enough.
You just hiding it. This nigga, he a racist, he just keep it up front. I'd rather him. I'd rather Trump than you.
I thought you were talking about imaginary racist friend Stan.
I'm putting them on different sides. Imaginary.
Gotcha.
Kamala's here, Trump is here. I'd rather him. Because you're gonna say good things, but you're gonna do fucked up shit, and then you don't like black people. Trump been hanging with black people forever, since before he was in the government. He was a 50 Cent album, and then
did you see the AI cover of him singing 50 Cent song?
You feel me? Many Men.
At the
you know what I'm saying? It went viral because of that. Because we know that Trump, he might be a racist because it's in his blood, but at the end, sometimes he means well when he does certain stuff.
Okay, he's a well-intentioned racist. If you're saying.
Exactly. Sometimes like when he pardoned Kodak Black.
Okay. Yeah. That's. See, hey, you told me you didn't know good things that you did for the black community,
I mean,
and you knew that you were holding out on me, man.
He's done a couple things, but come on now, like it's like they give you 1 year of good shit, and we've been here for 2,024 years, and it's been bullshit forever.
Okay.
So it's like, come on, bro. Like you're gonna hit me with 1 year, and I'm supposed to ignore the 400 years of oppression, how they say the slavery and all that shit. I'm not gonna ignore all of that. Yeah, we're not going through it today, but you could tell the outcome of it is from who got the better side of it.
That's a very fair
They
take.
run the whole world.
That's a very fair take. Thank you so much for the interview, man. You were a real pleasure. The best interview all day, I promise.
I want to see it.
65 million, and now that everything is tallied in, Kamala has like about 71. Is that like, what do you guys feel about those numbers as to how the elections have gone by?
The bottom line to it is they don't want a woman in office.
They don't want a woman in power.
Don't want a woman in the office because they don't want to bow down.
Because let's just call a spade a spade. Without us women, you wouldn't know what to do. Let alone a woman running the country.
Yeah,
You guys would lose your minds.
I'd say just a very surprising difference because I'm not really into politics, even though it is going to shape my future. So I probably should get into politics.
Sure. So last thing I will ask is there any, if you could talk to either the president, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, what would you guys like to say? Just to anything.
I
just let it go.
let us have rights to our own goddamn bodies.
Just stay safe. That's most things.
Fair enough.
However this year turns out, stay safe.
Gotcha. There we go. All right, that's good advice. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Right, yeah, even though you're right,
Super talented. Made my songs on my own.
Right.
I've been torrented.
Right.
So